Hello, everybody. So I am here with a beautiful, beautiful guest, second time on, Adele Udo. Have I said it? Is it Udo?
It's Udo.
Oh, yeah. Udo.
Italiano.
Italiano. Sophie Giuliano and Adele Udo. Anyway, couldn't be happier that you've come to join me live for my regular Monday night live. We actually, Stephanie's on, great. So we're live, on Facebook. I believe we also might be live on YouTube. I can't be 100% sure because I'm trying. It's a new software that I'm doing here. But if there's anybody watching from YouTube, hello to my lovely YouTube community too. So, happy Monday, Adele. Happy Monday, everybody.
Happy Monday, and thank you again so much for having me back. Your community is so beautiful. It's such a reflection of you. So it's really an honor to be back. Thank you.
You know, we really loved you, and I know my community enjoyed meeting you last time when we talked about green beauty, and we're going to be talking a little bit about green beauty today, and we're also going to be talking about hydration, really from the inside out. So, hey, Luann, hi, Barbara, hi, Tani, Serene, Pamela. Oh, I'm so glad that I can actually see. I was worried that I wasn't going to be able to see everybody's. Diane, Stephanie, see everybody's beautiful faces. Oh, Tani, you are watching on YouTube, and Luann, this is great. So we are streaming on both. So what I want to talk about a little bit before we dive into our tips that we're going to be talking about today is I want to dive in to a little bit of a story or experience, I should say, Adele, that you have recently gone through. I know, that these are challenging times for a lot of us and have been extremely challenging over the last few months. Really, some of us have suffered, big family issues and losses and everything else. And Adele, so, most people in my community, everybody in my community are animal lovers like you don't even know. Like literally raise your hand.
My people.
Fur babies, everybody, cats, dogs, fur babies, please. Just get in there, get in the comments, let Adele and I know, because everybody does. Serene, by the way, says love your moisturizer. We're going to be talking a little bit about that. So, hey, in Nevada, hello. So Adele, your story really touched me, your story of loss and something that's really sort of, had you turn within in a different way. And I'd love you to share that with the community.
Well, thank you for even asking. Yeah, I recently lost my little precious pooch, Stella, of 10 years. And she really, was like a little daughter to me. My husband and I have not had kids. And just such a special little being. And this happened unexpectedly in the middle of, the pandemic and the race riots and, just in the thick of it. So, it was such an intense time and really just cracked my heart open in such a big way. And what I did actually was I took a step back and took some time off, which I haven't done in a long time. Took almost a month off and really just honored her and honored the grieving process. So often, it's, get busy and let's forget this and move on as quickly as we can. And I just stepped very consciously into the grief. And, it was excruciatingly painful, of course, but at the same time, so beautiful. I was just so reminded of, all those things, those sort of cliches that, we sort of say all the time, don't take things for granted and life is short and all these things, but they were just so real, and just, I was able to write about her during that time and process my feelings. And it was just really healing. These little beings teach us so much about love. And you're right that we're living in this time that is just so polarized and intense and noisy and unpredictable and uncertain. And, what Stella's death ultimately reminded me of was just all that really matters are matters of the heart, period. And if we as, women and, loving community, which, you certainly have, can bring more of that energy, to the world, to ourselves, to our loved ones, to our pets, that's what's going to turn things around more than anything, I think.
Oh, that is such a beautiful thing to say. And I know how Stella, somebody actually said in the comments that they saw Stella on the last time you were on in the background, and, yes, they are beings of love. They teach us. I feel that pets just teach us so much, don't they, about unconditional love. They are everything. They are an emotional support. They are unconditional love. They are, they are just everything. And then we bring often, I don't know whether Stella was Stella a rescue or not?
He was an accidental litter between
Right.
a Corgi and an American Eskimo, just the cutest little combination. She had the little Corgi body with the fluff of the American Eskimo.
So beautiful.
So
and I know it was unexpected for you that she wasn't sick, was she? So it was was it a shock?
She had Cushing's disease, which is a terrible disease that a lot of dogs are getting these days. But she then developed another brain tumor, and we actually talked to an intuitive, like a couple of days before she passed, an animal communicator who's really tuned in and it was just such a gift to be able to, have that conversation. And Stella actually said, I have pressure on the left side of my brain, which was confirmed the following day by a neurologist's clinical report. So, it was pretty wild that, she'd actually told us that. But ultimately it was her time to go. She was 10 years old, and we, of course, thought, we meditated with her, we fed her organic food, we, took 2 walks a day. So, it was like, what, but it just, it was her time. And I keep trying to focus on the quality of life that she had rather than the quantity of years.
Absolutely, Adele. And what you just said about that it when these things happen, these losses happen, or anything happens. I mean, the first thing that I heard you say, which was so sort of profound, is that you run a business, you're a businesswoman, and you're solo. You do it on your own, and I know how hard you work as a solo business owner, and yet that grief takes on a life of its own, doesn't it? You can't sort of cheat or beat grief. And I know there are probably many people who are watching who have had all kinds of huge losses in your life. But what I heard you say in your blog is that you actually gave yourself time to go through that process, and to actually, rather than sort of pretend that those feelings weren't there and push yourself harder and push it down and I've just got to keep going, you just knew instinctively that self-care and healing was that you had to get quiet, and you had to take time, and you had to cry, and you had to let the tears cleanse you, and you had to go through the waves of grief. Is that right, Adele?
Absolutely right. I really just had to slow down. And like I said, it's so painful anytime we go through grief. But there's so much gift in it too. It really is like a soul recalibration time. It's really the toughest of all emotions, it's, they actually have done now, new research confirming that losing a pet can be as difficult, if not more, than losing a person that you love.
Absolutely.
Which I thought was, pretty wild. Yeah, I mean, they get into our hearts in such a profound and sacred way that, it's. I just wanted to really honor her with that time and space, and we've been having little conversations, and she's been showing up in the backyard and little white spontaneous songs playing on Spotify that are significant. And she's here.
Oh, that's
She's still here too with all of us,
That's so beautiful. And I've got my one down here, Lucky here, and Sunshine somewhere else. And absolutely, I don't know, for those of you who have pets, like I think most people here do have some kind of a pet. Yvette's here, she's got Charlie. But I know you're absolutely right, because our animals are with us all the time. Unlike my daughter has now left home, my dogs are with me 24/7. And I talk to them all the time. People would think that my husband and I have completely lost the plot. We have and my husband says that when I'm not there, or sometimes I'll come in the house and I'll hear him having full conversations with the dog, Lucky and Sunshine. He's got all these you've no idea the whole routines that go on with these dogs every morning. Every single morning, my husband does what is called the Love Shack. And both Lucky and Sunshine, for those of you who don't know, I have a Chihuahua and a Pomeranian. So they have to do the Love Shack, and they both dive into their beds and lie on their back. And then they both have to do the whole kind of Love Shack, the old B-52 song. And he does this whole routine with them. So yeah. To know that, yes, the research, I'm sure, absolutely bears out that it is a huge hole in your life. Anyway, I want to just say hello, Yvette. Yvette's got a little Yorkie, beautiful little dog that she absolutely loves. We're talking, if you've just joined this live stream and you're like, what are they talking about? I'm here with my guest today, Adele Udo, and she is, as you can see, absolutely beautiful from the inside out. Adele is the founder and owner of the most incredible green skincare company and product that I had Adele on a few months ago, and everybody fell in love with her and her product. So I was like, I really want you to come back on again and chat with everybody. And the topic that we are going to be hitting any moment is we're talking really about self-care, but because it's the summer months for not everybody, but most people, we're going to be talking about hydration and proper hydration of the skin, and safe, beautiful, nourishing. I think in a way, if there was a sort of overriding topic of today, it would be self-care and proper nourishing, and nourishing of the soul, nourishing of the spirit, nourishing of our beings, and as Adele said, through loss, we realize that the only thing that's important is love. That's the only thing. Love in whatever form it comes in, and whatever it is, an energy from within, from without. But that's really the wake-up call, isn't it, Adele? That I think that through any difficulty, it's just almost what that we're always pulled back to, and that beautiful realization. And to that end, your product, your beautiful Essentiel, which we're going to be talking about, this extraordinary product, who's tried it, by the way, hi Jill, really was created in love. It was created, every part, every detail of this beautiful moisturizer that Adele has been created in a spirit of love and an energy of love, which is really what I'm really all about. So hi Perry, Tani says she was with her Bella 24/7. She went everywhere with me. It has been such a change without her. I'm so sorry for your loss, Tani. I really am. And anybody else? Hi, Laura. Let's see who else is on. Yes. Everybody is giving you a lot of love, Adele. So sorry for your loss. Unconditional love, absolutely unconditional. Maureen, thank God for my Molly during the past few years, and especially during the last few months. Maureen, I can absolutely only understand that. Yes, Blythe. Oh my gosh, so many comments. I'm so sorry, Kathy. She lost her West Yorkie Georgie a few years ago, and I still miss her. Hope I can open my heart again. Yes. Hello, Tina. Oh my gosh, Serene just says she uses this every single day, and the scent is surreal. So we're gonna now change the topic, and we're gonna talk a little bit more about self-care, and we're going to talk about staying hydrated, because I think at this time of year, certainly Adele and I are in California. A few other members of our community are. I know Maureen is. Let me know who else is in California, or let us know if it's super hot where you are right now. But where we are, it's very hot and it's very, very dry. So I'm going to talk a little bit about hydration from the inside out. And then Adele, I'm going to hand over the baton to Adele, and she's going to be talking about hydration for our skin. And really this, Adele knows a lot about this. She is a formulator of this incredible product, which is it's one product does everything. I'm not even going to, because you talk so beautifully about it. It's an intense moisturizer, and it is so insanely wonderful. As some of you are already saying in the live stream, it's such a beautiful product and thoughtfully and intentionally created. So I want to hand the baton over to her. Also, there's going to be a very special offer that Adele has very generously offered to just this community for 24 hours, a special sort of coupon code. So that's you're going to just have for 24 hours. I had to do a little bit of arm twisting, didn't I, Adele, to say my community, they love their 20% off. So she's going to give us 20% off. Oh, and Maureen said you have superb customer service, by the way. And Marie, Queens, New York, hot and humid. Somebody got the sample and they said it's amazing. Baltimore, we've got humidity. Luann says her skin always looks so dry. Yeah, and by the way, I went to the dermatologist about a month or so ago to have a mole check, Adele, and he was saying, that he was talking about moisturizer and dry. He doesn't know that much about what, he was kind of saying, oh, just use the serum, like doctors don't know about green beauty necessarily. Yeah. He needs a little bit of, education on that. But he was just saying that, really brought it home to me that our skin is, it's an organ in our body. It's the largest organ of our body. It absorbs what we put onto it. And that it is, from a dermatologist's perspective, it's there to protect us. So therefore, when it really gets dry, that's when we are open to things going wrong. And it's not just like, oh, dry skin and wrinkles. It's also, that's when your skin gets cracked. You can harbor bacteria. Your skin is more vulnerable to the bacteria and the germs around us, and all sorts of different things, and dermatitis and whatnot. So he really, this is just even a very sort of dry dermatologist said, oh my gosh, really, if you're living in the summer heat, certainly in California, he said you should be moisturizing not just your face, but your arms and your legs 3 times a day, is what he said to me, Adele, 3 times a day. Just have something handy and just keep on moisturizing. So anyway, that was, oh my God, this smells so good, Adele. I can't stand it. I love the smell of it. So just very quickly, before I hand the baton over to you, Adele, everybody remember hydration. The most important thing with hydration is it's not just water. Okay, so you hear, oh my gosh, drink, 8 glasses of water every single day, and that's what you've got to do. But water doesn't contain electrolytes. All right. So it's really important that you get your electrolytes particularly when you're sweating, particularly if you are exercising and outside sweating, running, hiking, whatever, you need electrolytes. So, wow, Janet says close to 100 degrees in the Midwest with and the high humidity. So electrolytes. Coconut water. Coconut water is your best friend. Drink tons and tons of coconut water. Also, celery juice contains a lot of electrolytes. So celery juice can be really helpful. It's I know that there's a lot of misinformation about celery juice and how it's this, completely miraculous cure from everything to say cancer to losing 50 pounds in a month or whatever. Not true. But I will say that it contains a very high amount of electrolytes. So here's just a little idea for a drink, a summer drink, to make sure that you stay really hydrated all the time. You could do some coconut water. You could do 50% coconut water. You could add 50% sparkling water, delicious, a little bit of mint, a little bit of lemon, and you could even add some celery juice in there, which will make it taste so much nicer if you cut it with a little bit of coconut water. So that's a combo that I really, really like. And you can drink that first thing in the morning, you know, in lieu of your lemon water. If it's really hot outside, you can make a great big jug of it and keep it, you know, in your fridge, chilled, so you have it all day long. So that's something that you just might want to think of. I hear it doesn't, this does not have a really strong smell. It's what the fragrance smell, Barbara, that you might be experiencing, that you might really have a problem with, is when things are artificially or synthetically fragranced. So we'll talk a little bit about that when we get to the product. So that's it with hydration. Also remember, everybody, that, you know, a lot of foods contain a lot of water, fruits and vegetables. So you want to eat your water. And luckily at this time of the year, a lot of water-rich foods, you know, watermelon, your beautiful, you know, strawberries, and you want to think about also eating your water-filled vegetables, such as celery, such as endive, any vegetable that's a non-starchy vegetable that is crunchy, generally has a lot of water in it. So, and it's packed in there. It's like little cells of water that you crunch into. And not only do you get the water and the electrolytes, but you also get the fiber. All right. So make sure that and it fills you up, really fills you up. So it's great for weight loss. So remember to eat your water and make sure that you stay really well hydrated with electrolytes all through the day. Okay, over to you, Adele. Let's talk about skincare. Let's talk about what's the best way for us to moisturize our skin.
Sure. Well, I just wanted to address the scent question as well. The scent is strictly from the essential oils of frankincense, heliochrysum, geranium, and lavender. So not only do these oils smell spa-like and pretty divine and subtle enough that, you know, they're not going to, it's natural, so they're not going to compete with your perfume or anything like that. But apart from smelling fresh and clean and they're gender neutral, they rejuvenate the cells, they reduce inflammation, they even calm the nervous system, which, you know, we could all use a little bit of these days.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's so true. And just if you've just hopped on now, I just want to sort of reframe where we are right now. My guest is Adele Udo. She is the founder and owner of a skincare product. And she has one product, one. There's not 10 products in her line. She has one. So for those of you who like to keep your skincare routine safe and simple, and by safe, I mean green, non-toxic, our skin absorbs everything that we put onto it. You know, if you have any trouble believing that, when you put a patch on your skin, a hormone patch or a nicotine patch or whatever, well, that absorbs right into your bloodstream. So does everything you put on it. So I've been, as many of you know, a proponent of green, healthy skincare for over a decade now. So I'm always on the lookout for the best of the best in market, the best in show, if you like. I met Adele through a mutual friend who said, Sophie, you have to try Adele's product. It is beyond. This is a woman who's a friend of mine who really, I trust her opinion, because she could literally have any product she wants on the planet, if she so chose. And she said to me, this is the only thing that I'm using now. She likes to keep her skincare routine very simple. She's a very busy woman. She plays tennis. She plays a lot of sports. She just wants a one and done. So she said, Sophie, I use it for my eye cream. I use it for my face, my neck, my arms, my stomach, everything. And I think she must have ordered like 20 bottles off you, plus the travel bottles as well. Done. So that's how Adele and I met. I tried the product. I talked to Adele in depth. I knew she was the real deal. As soon as I tried the product, I was in love with it. If you don't have the product and own the product, get it now. If you've tried it and you love it, then order it now using the coupon code SOPHIE20. Sophie 20. So this is very, very generous of Adele that she's offering 20% off, and it's just for 24 hours. So the link to Adele's website is in the caption to the video. If by any chance you have a problem getting onto the link, just let us know in the comments, and Adele and I will address that after the live stream. You go there, you put in the coupon code Sophie20, stock up, and I mean really stock up, ladies. So Adele, over to you. Tell us about why, how you tell us all about the product for those who don't know.
Well, it's funny you were talking about it being created from love. I actually call it my little lotion love child, because it was really birthed from a place of first necessity. I have been a parts model for many years, for almost 20 years. So I mainly do hands, but I've done lips and legs and feet, worked for really big brands, Dior, Target, Apple, Revlon, and early on saw how these macro close-up photographs in high definition show everything. So I really, saw very quickly that I needed exceptional skincare. And so I started kind of testing, different moisturizers. Of course, there's, a multitude of products on the market. And I needed one for, the eyes and the hands and the lips and the legs and the, neck cream, and I just wanted something that was going to keep my skin healthy and hydrated. I don't believe that, I'm turning 50 in October. I don't believe that, it's about having young skin. It's about having healthy skin. That's going to give you the glow. We're all getting older and we can't have young skin. We can have healthy skin, however, and that's what really, gives that healthy glow, that we're all after. So I wanted ultimately a product that was packed with just potent nutrition that was going to feed my skin the nutrients that it needs to stay healthy and hydrated, and something just simple. Yeah, I don't believe that you need a separate eye cream, hand cream, face cream, foot cream, body cream. You can if you want, knock yourself out, but this is just a simple and affordable approach to having high quality skincare that really works too. That was very important to me. I wanted something that was really effective. There's a lot of products out there right now that are not very special, but we just have so much choice in this day and age. It's a little bit overwhelming. So I was trying to do the, minimum skincare of maximum quality, quality over quantity.
Absolutely. And I think it's so true that much like with anything, there is so much choice now. It's head spinning. It's so difficult to choose something that's going to work. And also that, we tend to think that if something is way more expensive, maybe it's going to be better. And I think what you've shown with this product, Adele, is that isn't always the case. And both Adele and I have discussed how, some of these major, very, very expensive skincare brands that have, a sort of big cult following or celebrity following are quite extraordinary in how unextraordinary they are. When you really understand how a formulation works and you understand how to look at an ingredient deck, as obviously Adele does, because she's been through formulating with some of the top formulators in the country, then I guess for you, Adele, you can really see behind the scenes now and see the smoke and mirrors behind really what you're paying for in a lot of cases is marketing, packaging, and celebrity endorsement, right?
Yeah, well, the irony I found was that so many of these very expensive brands were filling their products with very cheap ingredients. So I ultimately wanted to incorporate my father's philosophy for success. He was a great restaurateur, and he set out to offer exceptional quality at an affordable price. So that's what I'm trying to do here. I think there's, a lot of products, like I said, out there that, are beautifully packaged and marketed, but not that special when you really kind of start analyzing what's in them.
To say the least of things, and you're being modest. So tell us what's in this. I'm actually just was pulling the link because I'm going to pop the link to, there you go, to Adele's site in there. I just popped it in. I just popped the link in to Adele's site if anybody wants to go there. Remember, Sophie 20 gets you 20% off, and it's just for 24 hours. So I highly recommend that you stock up and really, because you will get through this. If you look, because it's for face, body, hands, right? And you will get through it. So, and you'll fall in love with it. Like you've seen a lot of people in the chat have gone, oh my God, I love it. I love the scent. I love the product. I love the feel of it. So if you do, you will, because if you are somebody who likes to simplify your routine, literally, you will go like this. For me, I'll throw on some serum or whatever in the morning, at night, in the morning, vitamin C serum, at night, a retinol serum. And then I'm like, okay, on to Adele. And then I'll go like that. That'll go all over my face, my neck, make sure I get under my eyes, chest, décolleté. And then I'm onto my arms and, my belly. Right? And you could do your whole legs. I always say to Adele, I'm not going to waste it on my legs. I'll do something different on my legs. But anyway, so ladies, stock up. And also you get the full size. You can also get a little travel size. And the travel size is useful, even if you might not be traveling now because of COVID. You will be traveling, this too shall pass, right? And then you've got the little travel bottle. And what my friend who introduced me to the brand told me, she said, Sophie, what she does is she has the little bottle, the little baby travel. It's not that baby, it's about this big. Some of you got it because it was in my beauty box a couple of beauty boxes ago. But then what she does is she puts, decants from the larger bottle into the travel bottle. And she does travel quite a lot, or she'll go back and forth and, she'll have one in her purse, one in her whatever. So do stock up because, Adele was very sweet to give us the 20% off, cutting into, her margins, but she's giving that to us and it's just for 24 hours. So I don't want you to miss that, ladies. So, while we have Adele here, feel free to ask her any detailed questions because now's your time. She's here about the product, what it does, what's in it, why you blah, blah, blah. So I'll look out for the questions. In the meantime, Adele, what is actually in it? Talk us through all the ingredients and why you put them in there.
Sure. Well, the essential oils blend that I just mentioned with the frankincense, heliochrysum, geranium, and lavender, that's really going to, reduce that inflammation and regenerate all those healthy cells. There's MSM, which is essential for the body to produce collagen. There's raspberry leaf extract, which tightens the skin. I remember putting that ingredient in the product and seeing and feeling a significant difference, and not even knowing that it had to do with the raspberry leaf extract until I talked to the formulator who said, oh yeah, that's raspberry leaf extract. It's really good stuff. And I've had people mention that, like, oh, I feel tighter. There is coffee berry, one of the most potent natural antioxidants. There's aloe, calendula, shea butter, cold pressed coconut, and olive oil, some really premium ingredients. So, and just very nutritious. And I want to add, this is the travel bottle.
All right.
It's so handy to have, especially as we're all, over sanitizing lately, which can lead to what you were talking about earlier, Sophie, is the dry, cracked, these microscopic cracks that develop in skin when it's not replenished and sealed, really with the nutrients that it needs to stay healthy. All those external pathogens can more easily enter the bloodstream through the skin.
Yeah, absolutely.
A tool for, boosting immunity. I as long as we're obsessively, sanitizing, which we should absolutely be replenishing as well. That'll help keep you healthy. So I keep these in just little easy access places, next to my bed and next to my sinks and in my purse, and they're great little gifts too. A lot of people like to give them away as gifts, especially during this time.
Question. There are some questions that I want to ask you. So everybody, all your questions, I'm going to quickly run through and with those in a second. But I have a super quick question. If somebody was to stock up, how long is the shelf life? Will it last us until Christmas if people wanted to give it for holiday gifts and get stocked up? It will.
It will. Yeah, and actually the nice thing about essential oils is they have antibacterial, antimicrobial properties. So again, you're getting actually extra protection, when you're applying it to your skin and hands.
Right.
Well. So yes, absolutely for Christmas. And it's funny that you mentioned that because I usually, don't do a 20% off until the holidays. So yeah, this is really a good time to stock up.
Yeah, absolutely. All right, so a couple of questions. Yes, of course, you would use sunscreen on top of it. This is the only product that Adele has. And the reason why I believe is because unlike a lot of brands where they'll have something for this, something for that, Adele's whole philosophy is simplicity. Like you just only need one product. Okay, so yeah. Oh, sorry. Go ahead.
Well, I was just going to add about the sunscreen. I personally believe that a topical sunscreen is more effective than one mixed within a moisturizer. So, I would recommend that you use a topical sunscreen on top of the moisturizer. I think it dilutes it too much when you're using a moisturizer that already includes a sunscreen.
Yeah, that's a really, really good point. Okay, Adrian, I would say yes to this for sure. Is it good while using tretinoin? Absolutely. I've read that the essential oils are irritating for your face. Not so. And well, Adele, you can answer this, but I would say that only certain essential oils that are that make your skin photosensitive, but those aren't the oils that are in this formulation. Am I right, Adele?
Absolutely. Yeah, these are very soothing oils, and it also depends on concentration and a lot of factors. So no, this is really a very soothing, nourishing lotion. A lot of people use it. I've heard so many testimonies about how it's helped, eczema and psoriasis and dermatitis. So it's the opposite of irritating. It's really going to help soothe the skin and heal it.
And that has been my experience, by the way, because I use retinol. So hopefully that helps. There was a question. I love how Maureen said she loves how it absorbs into your skin and does not feel greasy at all, and says in caps, and I so agree. I'm glad there was no sunscreen in this, Marie says, as I like to use it as a night cream. Exactly. Yes, and you can use it as a night cream. You can use it as day cream, night cream, anytime cream, body cream, face cream, etc., as we said. Tina says, is the 20% also off on the replenish order 1 to 3 months? Does that make sense, Adele?
That's a subscription program. I think that's included. Excluded because that's already discounted.
Right. Okay.
I think so. You'd have to try it out.
Yeah. But you might be better off going in and getting 3 bottles. I know.
Yeah, you actually might be. Because that's just 15% off and will get delivered to you automatically every month or every other month or every 3 months. But this is 20% off, Yeah. Right now.
So if I were you, if you're thinking of that and you're actually really good question, and maybe, I don't know whether you can answer this, is if somebody was to use this morning and night, as a face moisturizer, and let's just say arms and décolleté, how many bottles, how long would it take to get through this, would you say, Adele?
It's so funny because what I've noticed is that everyone is so different. And it's so cute. I actually just put a little testimony on Instagram the other day because a customer wrote in saying that her mother, who's 99 years old, is a subscriber and gets a bundle every month. And she gets really flustered because she goes through it before the month. And she's like, I don't know what my mother's doing, but she goes for a whole bundle a month, and she's 99 years old. God bless her, supposedly she looks great, but she's really loving it. So that's so hard to say. And that's why we set the subscription program
yeah.
for that variety of options. But yeah, I tend to go through at least a bottle a month. But yeah, but that's really all I'm using.
Yeah.
So yeah.
And also Kelly said a really good question. Kelly said, how many times a day do you use it? And Kelly, I would say for me that it's so hot here in and dry in California right now that I use it a lot. I'll just have it sitting on my desk. And as that dermatologist said to me, he was like, 3 times a day you need to moisturize. So in the morning, and then halfway through the day, and it's just a lovely little self-care moment as well.
And I should admit too that, coming from the hand modeling background, I've been very, taught to be obsessive about my moisturizing. I mean, so a lot of people, it can go a long way. I mean, there's people that get 6 months out of it, so it really, really depends.
Oh my God, Anne said she just purchased 3. Can't wait to receive them. Anne, you're going to love it. Everybody. Oh, Julie said you shipped to Canada.
Yes. Mm-hmm.
She actually shipped to the United Kingdom as well, by the way, or internationally. So if anybody is international, then that's good to know as well. And I will say, Adele, that the truth is that as we get older, our skin does become drier. It's just a fact that your skin doesn't produce so much moisture, and that's why we have to be very, very mindful of our nutrition from the inside out. We have to be mindful that we're getting plenty of inner hydration, as I said earlier, with all the electrolytes, and continually hydrate. But we do need more moisture on our skin. It is as simple as that. And, you can either throw on, a product that's got all these sort of big name department store name products that have the mineral oils in them, which, really that's, petroleum. It's a fossil fuel derivative oil, very cheap ingredient, often is their second or third ingredient in a $300 cream, by the way. Any price, from $40 to $300. I've seen it in the mall, and a slew of other sort of pretty useless ingredients, which might give your skin temporary relief, because you can throw anything on your skin to get temporary relief. You can put Vaseline, also petroleum jelly, on your skin and get sort of some temporary relief and some temporary sort of is a barrier. But I really think what Adele's talking about here is nourishing. It's
and results. There's a difference between relief and then results. So I'll hear from people that, wow, I've only been using this for, a few days or a few weeks or whatever, and I can really see a difference, in my skin. So that's a big distinction.
Yeah.
Also wanted to bring up that I formulated it as such that it absorbs really beautifully, very deeply into the skin. It doesn't sit on top of the skin like many moisturizers and kind of greasy and sticky and leave little, paw prints, fingerprints wherever you go.
Oh.
So yeah, I love that aspect of it. And yeah, you've mentioned that as well, Sophie. And
somebody else mentioned that as well. I don't know. I mean, I'm absolutely in awe of this formulation, because as somebody who's done tons of DIYs, and on my YouTube channel, I've got tons and tons of DIYs, and I do have, had a go at making, I love to get all crafty and stuff, but I also know from doing DIYs that it is something of an extraordinary science to get a formulation that it's moisturizing, velvety, and yet just absolutely absorbs in. I mean, there's not a more perfect formulation as far as I'm concerned, and to have something that can sit on your face, that you can do on your face and on your body, is absolutely brilliant. That you don't have to think, oh God, I can't put this on my face because it's got, too much shea butter in it, or it's going to help, I'm going to break out. It's got many oils in it. It doesn't feel in the slightest bit oily. So Adele, for somebody who has rosacea, eczema, really sensitive skin, etc. Are we good with Essentiel? Can we use it for all of the above?
Yeah, we tested it extensively. I can legally say, it's suitable for sensitive skin.
Yeah.
And like I said, I get testimonials all the time. I hear from people saying that, this has cleared up my eczema and I've tried every product. And, and I think it ultimately comes down to, like I said, so many of the ingredients are just soothing and nourishing to the skin. I forgot to mention it also contains hyaluronic acid, which plumps the skin. It can retain up to 1,000 times its weight in water. It's naturally occurring in the body. And that is just a beautiful ingredient to have in your face and body.
And it diminishes because we make our own hyaluronic acid. But like many things, it diminishes as we get older. And as you so beautifully said, Adele, we can't stop aging, and we don't want to, try to, it's little wrinkles and things. It's all part of the process, but to have your skin feeling nourished and glowing and to feel like you're feeding it is to me is beautiful skin. Yes, and everybody's skin is different. Exactly. Regina just placed her order. Good for you. And Jill said something about, can you put it on your hair? She remembers last time you saying something about you put it on your hair.
Some people do. You absolutely can. I've had a few curly-haired people say it was the best product that they've ever used, which is such a compliment because I know, often they're the ones that really test out products.
Yes.
Yeah, I have tried it. It's fine. I don't really put much product in my hair, so I kind of forget about it. But I every time it's brought up, I'm like, I gotta put it in my hair.
Wow.
Yeah, but it's I mean, it's the ingredient. Actually, the lady that was at the lab that helped me and the head formulator create the product. She had this gorgeous, beautiful Latino girl with hair down to her waist, and she was the one that originally said, "I love it in my hair." So yeah,
that's so funny. Now, Adrian says, or is it Adrienne? I think it's Adrienne. I have to put my glasses on. She goes, any recommendations for a cream for a child that has allergies, super sensitive, etc.?
It is safe for children. I would test it out. You can always just do a little patch test and just see. I mean, there's somebody allergic to anything and everything. So, there may be one ingredient that doesn't agree with the child, and you will find that out from a test patch. But yeah, it's for sensitive skin. So it should, they're really sensitive. I've had a few people say, I'm the most sensitive, and oh my God, and I can't believe that it's I'm not getting a reaction. So, we've had some good news in that department.
Very good news. Yeah. So ladies, I just seeing if I'm getting all the questions. Sharon, all right, so I'll just go over this one more time because Sharon's just jumped on and a couple of other people. So my guest is the beautiful, inside and out, Adele Udo. And this is her product. It is she has one product. It is a multitasking product, and it is called Essentiel, because it is Essentiel by Adele. And it does everything. It is for your face, it is for your body, and it is for your hands, your face, and your body. Adele created it because she is a parts model, was a parts model, meaning that high definition cameras were coming down on her hands, on her feet, on her face, on her neck, everything. And she really needed to, obviously have her skin to be as immaculate as possible. I mean, look at her, she's turning 50 this year. And so that's why she created the product. So in the caption to the video, I put the link to her site. I've also put it in the thread here, and I'm just gonna pop it in one more time here. So you can go there Wait a second, did it go in? I think it did. Yes, I've just popped it in, so you can go there. And Adele is offering 20% off just for 24 hours. So you sort of want to stock up now and get, 3 or 4 bottles, or the big bottle and the little bottle, or whatever, because that way, it's you can save a little bit of money. And so, multifunctional, you can use it on your face, your neck, your arms, 3 times a day. You're going to use a sunscreen on top in the morning. If you're using a retinol at night, as I do, I put my retinol on, I let it sink in for a couple of minutes, then I apply this. And that's really it. And, we're all good to go with that. And so take advantage of this offer. The coupon code is Sophie20. Some people have already rushed in there and been buying it already. So don't want you to miss out on that. And anything else that you want to say, really, ultimately, we are talking about self-care. That's what we're talking about. We're talking about, we started this live stream talking about love, actually, and how, your very difficult season of grief and suffering has really, put everything into focus and perspective for you, and understanding that all that matters is nourishing ourselves and all those around us with love. And that's really what it's all about. And this, to me, is a product that is made with love, Adele. It is self-care. It won't harm your body. It will heal your body. It will nourish your body. It will nurture your body. It's simple. There's no frills. And that's really pretty much what we're talking about here. So just my phone is going off. So just going to decline that. So any other last minute questions before we go, anybody? Placed an order. She has the trial size from last time. Love it. Pamela said, thanks so much. All right. And everybody says, thanks for the discount, Adele. Adele, you are just the best. We are so sorry for what you've been through. And when you go to Adele's blog site, by the way, read her blog, because she wrote the most beautiful, beautiful blog post about her loss and about Stella, her beautiful, dog, her fur baby that is looking down on us all now, with lovely pictures. They're so beautiful and so heartwarming, the pictures. So go ahead and go and read that and get to know Adele and get to know her blog. And we'll have you back on, Adele. You're part of the family, part of the tribe. Love you so, so much. And everybody, please make the most of it. She, as I said, she's very generously given us 20% off. So get stocked up. I promise you, you won't regret it. If you get 2 or 3 bottles, you will wish that you'd bought more, by the way, number 1. And number 2, you will you'll want to buy them for gifts for those you want. Adele sent some to my mum in England, and she was like, literally like, yes, she was so happy, because she's a woman who just wants one product. She's 81 years old. She doesn't want to be bothered with all these moving parts. So happy. So thank you, my lovely Adele, and we'll be back.
Thank you so, so much, Sophie. I just adore you and everything that you stand for. Your community is really, truly special and the best. I've connected with so many of you, and thank you for the testimonials and just reaching out. And it's just, warms my heart to be part of this community. So thank you so much.
You're great. And thank you. And do reach out to Adele, because as you said, she has excellent customer service. Adele is the customer service. So you can reach out to Adele, and you can reach out to me, and she's the real deal, as you can see. So thank you, Adele. Love you so much. Have a beautiful evening and a beautiful week, everybody. Bye.
Thank you. Bye.